Every week, the Payne family cuts straight to the real financial story.
The one question, Bob, everyone's asking is, are we in an artificial intelligence bubble? You've been through boom and bust. What do you think?
No hype, no myths. Just what actually matters to your money.
Does feel very similar to what we experienced in the 90s. Where are we, though? Are we in 1995, 1997, 1999?
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Whether you bond over streaming binge-worthy videos, watching sports recaps, video gaming, or by unplugging altogether, the 2026 Lincoln Nautilus Hybrid helps keep you connected throughout your journey. Learn more at Lincoln.com. Available connectivity features and functionality vary by model. Package pricing, trials, and term lengths vary by model. Video streaming and games are only available while parked.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
You may recall, you may remember a story we told you about, I'd say about 3 weeks ago. A rock came through a bus window in New Jersey, and a little girl was seriously injured, fracturing her skull. She's 8 years old. It wasn't known at the time if it was an anti-Semitic incident. Well, in discussing the Minnesota situation and the changing of the guard, Greg Bavino, the official in charge of President Trump's Border Patrol operations and the face of on-the-ground immigration enforcement in Minneapolis, is being reassigned. But in discussing that incident, somehow this rock came up that was thrown at the White House through the window on a school bus that was the size of a baseball that hit the little girl. White House Press Secretary Carolyn Leavitt.
We never saw outrage from Democrats or their allies in the liberal media over these horrifying crimes against U.S. citizens. The pain of American angel families was ignored and dismissed because it undermined the Democrat narrative. Innocent Americans like Jocelyn Nungray, Laken Riley, and Rachel Morin are just a few of the many victims savagely murdered by illegal alien criminals. Earlier this month, an illegal alien from Mexico with a long criminal history who came into our country under Joe Biden's administration threw a baseball-sized stone at a school bus carrying children in New Jersey and fractured the skull of an 8-year-old innocent child. President Trump promised accountability to these American families by securing the border, deporting every illegal alien who has committed crimes, especially and most importantly, violent crimes.
So where's the outrage for the 8-year-old girl who happens to be Jewish? Her skull was fractured. An illegal. This was a story we did about 3 weeks ago. And it turns out it was an illegal who threw a rock the size of a baseball through the window, fracturing her skull. Where's her outrage? Where are the protests for the 8-year-old child? And the left is going crazy in terms of, and we'll see how this all turns out, in terms of the shooting of ICU nurse Alex Preddy. Well, Homeland Security has released a tape tonight to give you an idea of what it's like for their agents, the harassment that goes on and is nonstop. I want you to listen to this, and if you're paying close attention, you're going to hear a term that's a sexual term that is, I don't know if I should say it's derogatory towards black men, but I won't repeat it. I'll let you listen to this. This is actually a recording that has been released by Homeland Security.
You're a fucking fascist pig. You should fucking kill yourself. I hope your wife dies. I hope your mom and dad die. I hope everything wrong that could go in your life happens. I hope you have the most miserable life. I hope you get hit by a bus. I hope you're paralyzed and your wife leaves you and starts getting f***ed by BBCs every day. You are a traitor to the American people, to the values that made our very country. You should kill yourself. You're f***ing disgusting. I hate you. Everyone hates you. You're a f***ing murderer, and all of your friends are f***ing murderers, and your bosses are a bunch of pedophiles. Kill yourself.
So that's a snapshot. You know, kumbaya now on the ground. All of these makeshift memorials for Mr. Preddy. But that's a tape. I didn't pull that tape. That's been released by Homeland Security. And even that, if you listen carefully, the individual says something about, I hope your wife, blank, 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 BBC. That's a reference to black men. And in this case, it's a derogatory term stating that I hope your wife has sex with BBC. You can figure it out. This is not the place nor the time for me to specify. So it turns out that the ICU nurse, Alex Preddy, was among a group of about 50 anti-ICE protesters who confronted Border Patrol before this shooting. Now, Preddy, the New York Post is reporting, according to his ex-wife, also protested the George Floyd situation. That's not condemning him. It's just that we have to put all of this in perspective. And she describes him as someone, this is the ex-wife, according to the Post, who might shout at law enforcement officers at a protest, but added that she had never known him to be physically confrontational. So we know now that this nurse was known as a regular in the area where this all went down. They would show up to protest against ICE. And in the video, we see him come to the aid of a woman, or at least that's the narrative that we're being told over and over and over again. That he comes, and in the video, it does appear that's exactly what he's doing. And this woman was pushed to the ground by an agent. But that is still, emphasis, that is still no excuse to show up to a protest where there are federal agents with a gun, licensed or not. So Tom Homan, border czar, I told you I love this guy from day one, is headed to take charge of Homeland Security efforts in Minneapolis. And it looks like President Trump is finding some common ground with Governor Tim Walz. A reduction, if you will, a rapid reduction in tensions is underway. Does it work? I don't know. But I don't think the ICE agents should be pulled from Minnesota. That would be a concession to lawlessness. And that is not what this president is about, President Trump. So ICE head Bovino is out in Minnesota. That's fine. Bring Holman in. And so Governor Walz and President Trump had a telephone conversation Monday. And the president said, and I'm quoting here, he put on Truth Social, Governor Tim Walz called me with the request to work together with respect to Minnesota. It was a very good call, and we actually seem to be on a similar wavelength. That's what the president said, and we'll see whether or not that plays out that way. 800-848-9222, starting with your calls in just a moment. But White House Press Secretary Carolyn Leavitt, one more time here, folks. Let's not forget, what's really going on over here is almost like three-card Monte, right? Where you think you can find the card, where you can win the money, but somehow the shuffle has taken place. You lost control of the card, and you picked the wrong card, and you lose your money. They let you win the first one for $10, but then when the ante is up to $100 or higher, it's impossible to follow the correct thing. So what all this is about is Minnesota officials want to talk about anything and everything except for the corruption.
What the president is referring to is the fact that you have Governor Walz and, again, the mayor, who have been encouraging these left-wing agitators to come out and to harass and to dox and to threaten ICE and to make this conversation about and smear lies about federal law enforcement who, again, are just trying to do their jobs in an attempt to distract from the widespread, massive fraud that has taken place in their state. Billions and billions of dollars has been stolen from law-abiding taxpayers in Minnesota, and the administration continues to be very focused on getting to the bottom of it, especially, and the president raised a good question over the weekend, with respect to Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, who now has a net worth within the millions, and one must ask themselves why and how is that possible? Is she connected to the fraud rings that we have seen taking place within her state and her own district? It's a question the American people are raising, and the president believes it's one worth answering.
Note with great interest. Ilhan Omar will talk about anything and everything, but she won't talk about the $30 million. I wonder why. Let's start with your telephone calls this morning. Line 2, Pat in New Jersey. Good morning, Pat. What's on your mind?
Morning, Dominic. Again, as I may say, thank you for being the voice of reason.
Well, thank you.
I'm feeling every time there's a situation, we always need to defend the abnormality that's going on out there, the incompetence. What is there about law enforcement that people just don't understand? And I want to say, Dominic, if I may, if I decide I'm in traffic and I just want to get out of my car and walk down the turnpike, well, I'm going to go and face consequences, aren't I?
Absolutely. And your car is going to be impounded.
Car's going to be impounded. I'm going to get run over. And didn't this so-called nurse stop and give it a thought? And I also want to say, too, I am fed up with the appointed vaders. They should be up there re-educating people that have no common sense.
Absolutely. Instead, they continue to throw gasoline on a very, very bad situation. That's what's happening. That's how this young man, nobody wants to admit it, that's how he was shot, because they think that there's no repercussion for what they're out there doing. And it's just, it's absolutely, it's insane. Hey, Pat, thank you for the wonderful call. Let's go to line 4, Michael in Seattle. Good morning, Michael. What's on your mind?
I'm concerned about this Trump chickening out. What did Bovino or Nome do wrong here? Why do they deserve to get pulled?
Wait a minute, Michael. Michael, why do you say that the president is quote unquote chickening out?
He's pulling these people off. He's pulling Bovino out, right?
Did it ever occur to you that he's playing chess and it's the right thing to do?
No, that never occurred to me. No.
Okay, this president.
Chickening out.
No, he's not chickening out. Do you know anything in this man's DNA that's about chickening out? Come on, Michael, you're not even making sense right now. Thank you for the call. The man is not chickening out. He's always playing a game of chess. Do you think this president thinks that Governor Walz is his best friend? He knows what he's doing. He knows that Walz is looking for any opportunity he gets to stab him in the back. He's not chickening out. He's the president of the United States. And sometimes you have to reassess and change the pieces on the board. It's as simple as that. It is time for a break. We are coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Busted. The reviews are in.
Awesome.
You wanted more Joe Concha. And we heard you. More Joe. More show.
We're talking to you. Under promise and over deliver.
Joe Concha. Weeknights at 9. Plus Sunday mornings at 11 on 77 WABC.
Jimmy Kimmel no longer tries to be funny. Not that he ever really was.
Joe Concha. Weeknights at 9. Plus Sunday mornings at 11.
Democrats defending cocaine coming into the country.
What if your paycheck showed up with a plan? Fruitful builds you one, then sets up a smart account structure and splits your income to fund your bills, spending, savings, and investing every time you get paid. Stop reacting to your money. Start directing it. Learn more at Fruitful.com.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
And back to the phones we go. John, line 2, Astoria. Good morning, John. What are your thoughts?
Good morning, Dominic. First-time caller, sometime listener. I have a term for these creatures who are being paid anarchists all over America. They are, to me, rent prophylactics. In other words, they have no use on this earth. Thank you, Dominic, for keeping up the good fight.
Hey, wait, John. Wait, let's explore this for a second. So,
okay.
The nurse, the ICU nurse that was fatally shot, Alex Preddy, he held down a job at the Veterans Hospital there. He's being credited with helping a lot of people. So he could still be paid, but he showed up at the George Floyd protest.
You don't go to a fight with a gun against federal officers, especially.
Well, you said a fight. It's not supposed to be a fight. It was a protest.
I know. But he did have a fight with them, did he not?
Well, I that can be a loaded word. It's open to interpretation. He came to the defense of that woman, in which that's a no-no. He should have minded his business.
Correct.
But for some reason, these people think they can interfere with federal agents and their operations. And then when you have a gun, it's not going to end well. Thank you so much for the call. Let's go to Joe, line 4, New York. Joe, what's on your mind?
Yes, Dominic. No matter who says anything, and we show 100% of the proof that the mayor and the governor and all the sanctuary cities, no, they're not going to believe it. And even if they're just not going to agree to what anyone says, whether it's the president of the United States or you or me. So President Trump has to be really stern and strong and tell them what the mayor, the governor and the mayor, they are responsible to have the police force keep within the letters of the law and keep control of the demonstrators or whatever you want to call them.
Wait, Joe, hold on. The president cannot supersede the mayor nor the governor when it comes to the Minneapolis police. You just said he should tell them.
I'm not saying to supersede. There's no such thing.
But he can't tell them, Joe. The president cannot tell them what to do. Doesn't work like that.
He doesn't have to tell them. Legally, they are working against the law of the United States and the Constitution.
Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. You're talking too fast. I'm trying to get you to see that your point on this one regard doesn't hold much water. There's nothing the president can do. What you said they're violating the law. How are they violating the law?
There's no such a thing as sanctuary cities.
Yeah. Okay. Wait a minute. For right now, there is such a thing as sanctuary cities. Who
said there is?
These local states and cities have passed laws where they are sanctuary cities. That's not debatable.
Dominic, I'm an American citizen and a veteran. I have the right to ask for proof. Don't I?
No, you don't. You don't have the right. If you have a sanctuary city, Joe, thank you for serving the country. They have a right to do local laws what they want to do. Therein lies the problem. That's why we're in this mess because the president cannot.
That's why there was a civil war. And the revolutionary.
No, they don't care about that anymore. It's sanctuary cities. Time for a break. We're coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Hey, Sal. Hank, what's going on? We haven't worked a case in years.
I just bought my car at Carvana, and it was so easy. Too easy.
Think something's up?
You tell me. They got thousands of options.
Mm-hmm.
Found a great car at a great price.
Uh-huh.
And it got delivered the next day.
It sounds like Carvana just makes it easy to buy your car, Hank.
Yeah, you're right. Case closed.
Buy your car today on
Carvana.
Delivery fees may apply.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
And we are back. The other big story we're dealing with, just look outside. It's impacted a large part of the country in terms of the snow. Matt Blaze with me. How have you been dealing with this, Mr. Blaze? You
Just
sound
a
like me.
big mess.
Really?
Everything is frozen solid because by me, it snowed, then it sort of icy rained, then it got cold. So all the snow, which I've never seen it like this before, it got so frozen that my dog was walking across the snow that was like, I don't know, we got probably 8 inches maybe, was walking across it and not sinking in. And then when I went to get the snow off of my car that I did this morning, or yesterday morning now, Monday morning, I literally was chipping away at, like, it looks like a big pile of snow. You take a broom, you brush it off of the car because it's usually soft and fluffy and it just comes right off. That big pile was frozen. So I was taking there's an icebreaker that comes with a snowblower. And I was taking that to just break up the snow on the windshield. And then once you get underneath it, it was soft. But it was these big giant sheets of frozenness. And my car was frozen in there. And even today.
So it was locked in.
It was locked in. I managed to get it out. Put the car all day in the garage. It's still cold out. It's still 19 degrees, 20 degrees. So it didn't thaw out in the garage. And I'm like, wait a second, is my gas cap, is that frozen shut? So I went to open the gas lever, and sure enough, it didn't open. I'm like, ugh. So luckily, all I did was take like a razor blade and go around the opening, and then it did open. But just the fact that if I would have got to the gas station and it was frozen, I'm sure they deal with this all day long. But in my head, I'm like, oh my God, I'm not going to be able to get gas. I got to get to work. I got to do this. Then I'm driving on the parkway on my way up here. When I hit about 60, my car starts vibrating.
Oh, no.
So now I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So I either maybe messed up the balancing, the alignment. There could have just been snow in there. I don't know what's going on.
$1,500. I hate to be the bearer of bad news.
If that's the problem. If that's the problem. I'm hoping it's just a balance issue. But
So now I want to say this about snowblowers. And folks, please, I'm tired of the comments on social media about snowblowers. Many of you have tried to be helpful, but some of you are making silly suggestions saying, oh, just pay some kid $10.
$10?
Yeah.
What is this, 1975?
Right. So I rushed to get home tonight, right? Before doing my daily routine. And these two guys walk by, right? And they're like, sir, would you like for us to do your driveway? I'm like, it's got to be a good price. It's got to be cheap. They said, okay. They said, sir, we can do your whole driveway for $150. I said, thank you, and walked away from them. That was my experience.
It was two guys.
Two guys. So your snowblower, is it hard? I'm terrified. First, folks told me to buy, and please, folks, if you have practical advice, but no more comments about paying somebody $10 because that's just not realistic. So I don't even think you could pay a 8-year-old $10 to, and they can't really shovel the snow. But anyway, so I'm afraid to go with a snowblower because I'm not a mechanical guy. Do you have mechanical issues with your snowblower?
No, my snowblower is battery powered.
Somebody, Gracie and Rockland told me don't buy a battery powered.
No. I'm telling you, I got, and I'll say that this is not an advertisement for them, but okay. I have all their products.
Okay.
Ego, They make snow blowers, they make lawnmowers, they make wind leaf blowers, they make hedge trimmers, they make everything with this battery. I got the snow blower. It takes 2 batteries. Now the thing is, of course, it's going to run out, and then you got to recharge the batteries.
Right.
But this thing is great.
I mean, it has enough power to get the job done.
You got to be careful with ice.
Right.
And like I was telling you off the air that every snowblower has a mechanism where they have a shear. It's called the shear pin. So if it hits ice or rock and it would stop the motor, the pin will break and it protects the motor. And they're very replaceable. It's supposed to do that. You have extra ones on hand. You're supposed to. I, of course, did not. So one side of my snowblower.
Just our luck, right?
It's 2-stage, meaning there's 2 sides of it. So one side didn't spin because of the shear pin broke off. So I was using it with one side.
Okay, but wait a minute. I got a bone to pick with you. You're supposed to be my boy, and you didn't tell me about this Ego snow blower that's battery, but it's not going to start a fire the way those other batteries do.
No.
So Ego snow blower and no mechanical issues. How much is it going to run me? How much is it going to run me? Is it easy to operate?
Yes.
Okay, now how much is it going to run me?
Like the one that
Yeah. Why are you frowning? Why are you laughing?
Because I know you.
Yeah. Cheap as you know what.
I haven't looked at the prices.
Oh, that's a duck. That's a bob and a weave.
1,500. In that
1,500
in that range. 12 to 15.
Is it going to kiss me too? 1,500.
Hey man, you won't have to shovel the snow though.
You got a point there. I may have to just bite the
it's
bullet
motorized.
and do it.
It's motorized.
So you can.
So you hit the
itself.
motor. You have different speeds. You can have it in reverse. You have different speeds for the augers that run. And as long as it's not crazy ice, and you could direct where you want the snow to go, it'll throw the snow like 50 feet.
Wow.
It's. I mean, this is the the Mercedes of snowblower.
Well, I guess I have to get me a Mercedes then.
There
of
you
snow
go.
blowers.
There
Thank
you
you,
go.
Matt Blaze. And I'm sorry that those issues happen to you. I hope it works out. I hope they don't cut off your left arm to pay for the car. I hope it works out for you.
We'll see what happens.
Doggy daycare to your car. Sometimes we got to get a break. Let's continue with your telephone calls, 800-848-9222. I want to get to Bill Maher teeing off on New York's new mayor, the socialist mayor, Mom Donnie. Boy, Bill Maher says he is absolutely a communist. We'll get to that. But we see all your calls coming in, folks. Let's go ahead and get to some of them. Let's go to Joaquin in Pennsylvania, line 1. Joaquin, what's on your mind?
Good morning, Dominic. For Matt Blaze, I hope that he gets lucky and that it might just be some ice that's frozen onto one of his wheels. I've had that happen before, and it can cause, the vibration like that. It's like the wheel being out of balance. So that is a possibility. And as far as you go, have you ever considered getting yourself a nice Jeep Wrangler and having a plow put on it? Just think, for the Jeep Wrangler, you could take the top off in the summertime, and you can be styling, Dominic. And then
you're really gonna step into it now, Joaquin, because that's a point of contention with my wife, because I said, and she's gonna get mad at me for me telling this story, but she's asleep hopefully in Rhode Island. I said to her once, I said, honey, now I do everything for my family, for my kids, for her, everything. I said one thing one time, and she hurt my feelings. Blaze, I said to her, hon, I want you guys a gift from the family. I want a 4x4. That's what I've always wanted, a truck, right? I just want a truck. Obviously, it's not something I'm going to drive every day, but I want a truck. I'm not buying you no truck. You buy your own truck. So, Joaquin, you're going into sensitive area there. But what's your point this morning?
But, Dominic, they have that beautiful...
No, I got it, Joaquin. I got a lot of calls. What's your point?
Okay, sorry. All right. Anyway, something... quite frankly, there is a federal law, U.S. Code, 1324. It states that harboring illegal immigrants is a crime. So these sanctuary cities and states, they're actually committing a crime. And as far as that goes, I don't want to see President Trump or Holman turn anything down. They should really be ramping it up. And I feel really bad, for this ICE agent, unfortunately, that he has to go through this whole thing because, quite frankly, this gentleman, he was going out to commit a crime. He was going out to impede a legal, lawful operation. And so he was going to be confronting federal
about
law
that,
officers.
Joaquin. I don't know about that. If that's what his goal
Well,
was.
I carry guns and I have a concealed carry permit.
Right,
When I
but
get pulled over
wait. Because he has a gun at the protest, that's not a crime.
No, but he's committing a crime, and so now he's getting.
When you say
wait.
When you say he's committing a crime, tell me what you mean.
Well, when he's standing out in the middle of the road, and he's impeding the operations, and
that's committing a
getting
crime.
in there. And well, if you're stopping traffic, then basically you are committing a crime. If you're standing there peacefully protesting on the sidewalk, no, you're not committing a crime. But the second that you decide to take on, ICE law officers and scuffle with them, now you are committing a crime. You're resisting, and so now you have a gun on you. Unfortunately, this is.
Wait, what just happened to his call? We don't know what happened. I apologize, Joaquin. You just dropped as well as another call. Let's go to line 2. Helena in Westchester County, New York. What's on your mind, Helena?
Hi, Dominic. A couple of things. I'd like to know what you ended up doing. And number 2, 1,500, get out of here. Are you out of your mind? And also, if it's battery operated, that battery dies eventually. That cannot be you have to buy a new battery, which will cost you a few $100s. So let's get that clear. And I would love for people out there to give us helpful hints of what they did to clear everything up, because it was murder on my back for the shoveling I had to do. Okay.
You shouldn't be shoveling, Helena. Matt Blaze,
well,
I think once.
I don't have a husband and a boyfriend at the time, so there you go.
Okay, but you're still a cutie, so I mean,
No. Wait a minute. I try to be. To be independent.
You standing out there doing the shoveling. Those guys didn't say, "Hey, sweetie, let me do this for you." They didn't do that.
There was nobody around.
Oh boy. Well, we got to make sure when you're out there shoveling, we got to make sure there's optimal traffic out there of men, and then they'll do it for you.
Well, even with my eyeliner and eyelashes, it's not going to work because people got their own thing to do. So tell me, what did you do?
Oh, what did I do? So wait, Matt Blaze, do you want to comment here before I tell Helena what I did?
A comment about, what am I commenting on?
You're just
Helena,
you're running a block for me. You're a blocker right now.
What's going on, guys?
No, so okay. Well, what I did was I did get some great advice. You folks give me remarkable advice. Liz in Florida. So Matt Blaze, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. They like to mess with me at home, man. I kid you not. I say to them, don't buy me any more gifts because I have like 40 things of everything, right? So it's time for me. It's time, except for the truck, right? You going to the sore point. So I'm like, where are my gloves? And I'm looking in her coat closet. I'm looking in my coat closet. I'm gonna shout her out. Hey, Matt Blaze. She's gonna get mad. My wife's gonna get mad when I say this, right? So in the bedroom, there's a full walk-in closet, right? Don't you know she took my suits out of the walk-in closet just for her stuff, and my stuff has to go in one of the side rooms?
Of course.
But how do women feel they're entitled to take the entire walk-in closet?
Happy wife, happy life, Dominic. Come on. You know this.
I don't have my pickup truck.
You're going to bring it up to her? It doesn't matter about what you want. Forget what you want. You know that doesn't matter. You're going to bring it up to her? Well, how come my suits are here and your stuff isn't there? She's going to go, yes.
Right. I mean, literally.
Yes.
So Helena, what I did, because I'm up against a break very soon, and we see all your calls. What I did was I got out there and I put on my brand new boots, which I didn't want to put on because I didn't want to put them on in the snow. I haven't worn them yet. And I got out there and I shoveled, and I got the car out after about several hours. And Liz in Florida gave me this great. I couldn't find my gloves, so I put on socks, thick socks on my hand, black socks. And she said to put them in the dryer. She said, put them in the dryer. And it was a great idea because I was able to work longer with the socks in the dryer. And I had on like 5 shirts and I got the job done. Now, the driveway is a mess. I'm waiting for my son to come back from Rhode Island to help me out. But it is what it is. Thank you for the wonderful call. We've got to take a break, and we're coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Well, the holidays have come and gone once again, but if you've forgotten to get that special someone in your life a gift, well, Mint Mobile is extending their holiday offer of half off unlimited wireless. So here's the idea. You get it now, you call it an early present for next year. What do you have to lose? Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Limited time, 50% off regular price for new customers. Upfront payment required. $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds may slow after 50 gigabytes per month when network is busy. See terms.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
Back to the phones we go. John in Colorado, line 2. Good morning, John. What's on your mind?
Dominic, looks like you're getting some Colorado weather out your way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we are. We are.
Well, I wanted to give people some tips on how to shovel snow and not get hurt.
Okay, as long as it's done quickly, go ahead, please.
All right. When you shovel, you want to take your time and not get in a hurry. And when you take a shovel full of snow, you don't want to, make it too heavy. There's wet snow and dry, powdery snow. And you want to have on warm, a jacket and some gloves and some boots. You want to be warm. And if your fingers start getting a little numb out there when you're doing this, it's time to take a break because, it can get frostbite. And just really pace yourself. And about every 15, 20 minutes, I don't know, it depends on how much snow you have to shovel, you can come in the house, take a break for 10 minutes, get some water, and just warm up. When you feel good again, you just go back out there and do it some more. And the thicker the snow is, the heavier it is.
Well, yeah. It sounds like great tips there, John, that you're providing. I'm sure you have to do it a lot in Colorado. I'm still impressed with your state, John. But it was like the end of the summer where it was in the mountains. It was nice and the weather was cool, whatever. And then the higher we drove up, it was actually snow up on the mountains with those rams up there, the animals and so on. Is that irregular in the mountains in Colorado?
Yeah, you can go right outside here with Boulder and go up Canyon, this road, and go up into the mountains. And they go up to about, I think, 16,000 feet. Yeah, and the bighorn sheep are
right. That's exactly what I saw. But the only thing that scared me to death, John, if you make one wrong move or turn on that cliff, bye. That's the only thing I didn't like.
It gets slippery.
Very slippery and off the cliff.
You got to be careful.
You got to be real careful.
People come out here and get in all kind of trouble. You got to really be careful if you come out here. And all right, I just wanted to give you some tips.
Thank you, John. Let's go to Rose, line 5, Long Island. Rose, good morning. What's on your mind?
Good morning. I don't think you'll find any alligators in Colorado, so that's not so bad. A couple of things, Dominic. As far as the 2 shootings, I have every confidence that the government get to the bottom of it, and in both cases, it'll be justified. Mr. Preddy had a weapon that has a history of accidental discharges, and when that ICE officer said gun, anything could happen. If that handle hit it could have gone off. He could have discharged it. It could have gone off itself. So we don't know even where that bullet is. Thank God it didn't hit anybody. Maybe it hit himself. Who knows? But as I said, I have every confidence that
I don't think Mr. Petty pulled. I don't think Mr. Petty pulled out the gun, so he couldn't have hit himself.
Okay, well, it could have fallen and it could have hit the ground, and I only know that because it happened to a friend of mine. He was sitting in a restaurant having dinner, and his favorite Italian restaurant, and he had a little too much to eat, so he kind of loosened one notch on his belt. It fell out. The grip hit the ground. It went off. He said, "I've never been so frightened in my life." He looked at his wife. She didn't keister over. Nobody else in the restaurant keistered over. He leaned back to say, "Thank God," and he looked up and he saw the bullet hole in the roof, in the ceiling.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's scary. It's scary. So as I said, just like I was very impressed with the investigation of that helicopter and plane crash in D.C., the government came out and said it was the helicopter's fault.
Right,
so,
right. Rose, I got to move on because I'm trying to squeeze in one more call. I was going to make a point, but I'm not going to do it. Let's see here. Let's go to Vincent quickly in Brooklyn, line 2. Vincent, you got 20 seconds. Go ahead, please.
Dominic, I used to have a cheap lot where I used to park my car, and the owner of the lot wouldn't do anything. So when I knew it was a snowstorm was coming, in the front and the back of all the wheels, I put some rock salt with some regular table salt and sand.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea, Vincent. I like that. You should have told me that 48 hours ago, Vincent. 48 hours ago. I'm back, folks. Thank you for the great call, Vincent. I'm back 3 p.m. Eastern. Have a great day.
Thanks for listening to The Dominic Carter Show. You can hear The Dominic Carter Show weekdays at 3 p.m. and Monday through Thursday at midnight and Sunday starting at 11 p.m. on 77 WABC. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?
Listen to this podcast now on the Red Apple Podcast Network. The Idea Gen Global Podcast with George Sifakis.
I'm George Sifakis. In a world overflowing with noise, there is one forum where the world's smartest voices connect, where visionaries sit at the same table as innovators, and great minds don't just talk, they act.
Download all of Red Apple Media's podcasts right now through your favorite podcast platform.
Starting a business can seem like a daunting task, unless you have a partner like Shopify. They have the tools you need to start and grow your business. From designing a website to marketing to selling and beyond, Shopify can help with everything you need. There's a reason millions of companies like Mattel, Heinz, and Allbirds continue to trust and use them. With Shopify on your side, turn your big business idea into... Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/special offer.